crazy that we're doing this because I'm like, yo, I've known Ashley's forever. Welcome everybody, it's the Rhoyal remix. And today we have a special guest, y'all. This is a hometown hero, your girl, Ashley Wilson. Give it up. So from what I've known Ashley for how many years? Jesus Christ. Since middle school? Wow. Middle school, so we're like old. But, it's fine. And Ashley is a hairstylist. She's a business owner. I would say she's a content creator as well. Like, she does all the things. But if you want to give everyone just a quick, like, what do you say when people ask you, what do you do?
My name is Ashley Wilson. I go by Miss SD. Hey. SD stands for Simply Different. I started my brand about 10 years ago and was labeled Simply Different Styles. I was a hairstylist, worked out of my home, worked in a salon, I traveled, and I eventually opened up my hair salon, which is called SD, Simply Different Salon Studios, located in Columbia, Maryland. So yeah, hairstylist, salon owner, yeah.
All right, those are some amazing accolades, and number one is the fact that Ashley started doing hair. How old? What grade were you?
It was in 20. I started in 2014. So yeah, it was around like junior year of high school.
Yes, and I was like, what? You would be a hairstylist? That's so cool. And I had known, like, my sister Risa had been doing my hair for a while, so I was like, okay, like, people do that, and like, it's a career, because I had Tara, who was doing my hair at the time, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, you should talk to Tara, like, she does hair.
I remember.
And then she did, and look at what she's doing now. It's so cool. So we're gonna do a few this or that's. Okay, just to get us warmed up. Okay. So this is about hair and business and stuff like that. Okay, so number one, middle part or side part?
Middle part.
Yeah. Always. Do you always do yourself a middle part?
Yes. I mean, I try to do a side part, but I feel like with my face structure, middle part's just like evens out my face because I got a fat face.
Okay, leave out or closure?
Leave out now. I'm gonna leave out girly. I haven't worn a wig or done a closure in a long time.
Wow.
Well, last month I did, but clearly I switched back to leave out because it's annoying.
Okay, wow. Yeah. Frontal or glueless wig?
Glueless. I'm not doing no frontal. No, ma'am.
HD lace or transparent?
HD. HD lace, by the way, is the thinnest lace on the market. Okay. Please do not bring transparent lace. Do not.
Okay. Good to note. Bone straight or body wave?
Bone straight is easier. Okay. But I really do prefer curls. I miss my curls. It just take too long. Yes. Okay. To do it on myself.
Sewing with curls or sleek and long? Like, do you like to curl?
Yeah, I guess same thing. Like, I really miss my curls. Yeah. But it just takes me a long time to do it myself. I just need to go to another stylist at this point. Yeah.
Baby hairs or no baby hairs?
I would love to do baby hairs, but me personally, I don't, because if it start looking a little,
it gets white.
Exactly. White. Yeah. So I just, slick back, okay. That's it.
Okay. One-on-one class or digital course? Like, when you were like learning, do you like it to be one-on-one or do you like to learn online? Like YouTube University.
Back in the day, I was a little, introverted, so I was always doing online, 100%. But now I prefer in person for sure. Okay. For sure.
Okay. And then, do you like to do a lot, like, in the chair? Like, do you like to be in your zone at your salon, or do you like virtually watching? Like, where do you feel best at home? Like, do you feel at home in your studio, at your salon?
I do. I think where I really feel best is when I can manage the salon. Like, I love the business aspect of everything. It like brings me joy, just having everything organized, making sure tenants pay on time, making sure it's clean, making sure the decor is up to par, it's very modern. But I still like being behind the chair too. I like both. Okay. But yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
SD is my home.
And that's like the perfect combo in a person that owns a business and has a passion to do the job too. Because I think sometimes like you'll get somebody who loves doing like hair or loves singing or loves whatever their talent is, but they don't like doing the administrative part. So it's like I can do hair, but the business side, I don't know. Like, how do you think? Do you think you always had that administrative aspect, or like the gift for administration or business, or do you think that grew over time?
I think for me, I've always had a really good heart. I've always treated people with the utmost respect, and then when you translate that into business, I've ended up having really good professionalism skills. So having a good heart, then being very professional, having good communication skills with my clients, and my clients respecting me for that has allowed me to gain more love for my brand, because people have loved me because of how I treated them. Yeah. You know, so yeah.
It's all relational.
It's exactly.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And people will remember your vibe. And they remember how you make them feel before they remember what you say or how you do things. That's really good. So when you first started, did you know you wanted to own a salon? Or did you just know you like doing hair?
I just know I like doing hair. I used to want to own a hotel.
I think I remember that.
I love decor. I was decorating the salon downstairs, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I want this right here, this right here. I just realized I really love decor, and that's why I wanted to. Yes, that's why I wanted to open up a hotel, because again, that customer service piece, hotel, you know, hospitality service, you know, servicing people that want to get a room, a clean room, a nice modern room. You know, book it for a night or a weekend or a week, you know, that's always used to be my thing. But, you know, getting into the hair industry, owning salon suites is basically like owning a hotel. That's true. You know, you're renting out suites, just like you're renting out a room at a hotel. You are paying you a certain, you know, portion for the night or the weekend that they're booking. So it's the same, or you know, the lease term that they're on with the hair salon. So it's the same thing.
That's cool. Yeah. So you basically do what you always wanted to do. You're
in a sense.
Yeah, suites, and then like people, and doing. You're an owner. Like, she's a boss. Like, she's a boss. And Ashley's always been someone who has been super like kind spirited, and I feel like soft spoken sometimes. So how do you leverage that with like having to be like the boss? Like, you got to be assertive. Like, do you find that hard to do, or is it like easy, or like you do it in your own way?
I've learned best that I'm the best when I'm in my own element, when I'm in my own like field, when I'm in my own aura. So like in my salon, I can be assertive. I can be, you know, I can be on top of things, and I can be very outgoing and extroverted. But outside of my salon, I'm a little different. Like, I'm more introverted, but it's okay, you know, because as long as I'm on top of my business and my brand, and I'm not like letting people run over me, I think that's the most important. It's okay if I'm a little shy outside. Yeah. But inside, oh like, no. Oh yeah, I'm like, hello, how are you? My name is Ashley. I'm the owner. How can I help you?
So did you tell them the name of your studio?
Yes, SD, Simply Different.
Yes, Simply Different Salon Studios. I love that. And it's been Simply Different forever, right? Yeah. And were you Simply Different on Instagram before the salon? Like, it was Simply Different. That's it? It wasn't Ashley's. It's Simply Different Ashley? It was just...
No, it's so funny. That's
because I've been wondering about that. I love it.
So, thank you. So what happened was, from high school to college, I was never trusted.
I remember never trusting.
I did not trust a lot of people. Again, I was just so introverted. I was just like in my own shell. I don't trust you. Never trust them. Okay. And then what happened was, I was like, no, like, I feel like one day I just went through this phase where I just felt so unique and felt so different. And, you know, I always felt different. But when I got to this phase, I was like, let me embrace my difference. You know what I mean? Yeah. So to embrace my difference, what am I going to do? I'm going to change my name. It's not going to be Never Trust Them. It's going to be, you know, something different. Like, I was just thinking all these different unique names, and other people already had it. So, yeah, I'm just searching through. I'm like, you know what? Simply Different. It just clicked to me. Yeah. So then one day I was in class and
at Mary's Ridge?
No, I was in college because this was in college.
Okay, I was about to say you were never trusting all through high school.
Yeah. So one day I was in class in college, and now this was already when I had Simply Different, the Instagram name.
And tell them where you went to college.
I went to Stevenson University.
Yes.
In Owens Mills. Yes. But I was in class, and my friend was helping me figure out a name for my business. This was like an entrepreneurship class. And she was trying to help me figure out a name for my business because I was already doing hair, but I didn't take it seriously until I got into college and taking all those business courses and stuff. So we was just going through a list. I curated a list of names, and I was like, Hair by Ashley Styles. No, it wasn't clicking. And then that's when we went on my Instagram searching for names, searching to see what other people had. And then she was like, hold on, go back. Why don't you do Simply Different Styles? Like my friend in class. And I was like, oh, yeah. Like, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's really cute.
Yeah, thank you. So that's, it was college.
Cool. And I think you really have, well, for me, I don't know anyone else who has done what you're doing and the way that you've done it. Like, it's so simply different. Like, and I feel like you have such like a simplistic vibe that's still like elegant. You know what I mean? And it's not like, it's just professional and it's done well and stuff. So how do you think you learned the professionalism aspect? Like, I know you like to do luxury, like it to feel luxurious and stuff like that. So where did you learn that you like that or that you do that?
So two things. When I was younger, me and my family used to travel a lot because my brother played basketball. He was really, really good in the county, and we ended up going to a lot of different counties and different cities and stuff like that. And we used to go to a lot of hotels. And that was the first time I fell in love with decor, was hotels. Now, it wasn't like, the Ritz-Carlton and nothing, but it still was something nice. Like, just seeing the fireplaces, the way the couches were laid out, the coffee stations, like all of that stuff I have in my salon now. The little coffee station, all of that, because it just reminded me of my childhood and traveling with my parents and stuff. So that was one way, that luxury piece from the hotels that I went to. And then the second one was when I used to work at a country club. That was the last job. I haven't had a real job since 2019. I quit my job and became a full-time stylist. But the country club, girl. Country clubs are bougie.
Yeah. I've never been to a country club.
Oh my goodness.
That's so cool. That's amazing. Yeah. I think, even going into your salon, I know that I can just come as I am. I feel like I'm going to leave beautiful, so I can come looking busted. And then when you get in there, it smells good. The vibe is good. It's calm. Ashley's vibe is amazing. And all the other stylists in there, they've all been super nice. And you guys are like a family. You guys are so nice to each other. And it's a friendly vibe and everything. So with the hairstyles that you do, what do you specialize in?
I specialize in extension services, and I also like to take care of the natural hair underneath. But the main specialty are extensions, wigs, sew-ins, microlinks. Yes, all of that good stuff.
What do you feel like is one of the keys to a good like extension style, whether it's wig, weave, sew-in, traditional, closure, all the things? Like, what do you think is like the main ingredient? Like, what do you have to do well in order for it to look good?
I feel like foundation is key, and that's with anything really. Just making sure, like, I don't understand. Making sure the client's hair is washed and blow dried, thoroughly shampooed and blow dried before you start their wig service or any kind of installation service. Making sure the hair is washed and blow dry, making sure it's braided nice and neat, making sure that your stitches are good when you sew, just all of those things that incorporate a good foundation will lead to the best result possible.
Yeah, and that sewing piece, didn't you used to sew?
Yeah, I used to.
So is that how you learned how to do sew-ins?
So I was very much into arts and crafts. So I used to crochet rugs, I used to knit, I used to do all of that stuff in high school. You were doing a lot of homemaking type of stuff. Yeah, I was in the house a lot. What else was I gonna do? But yeah, I had a lot of free time, so I did a lot of arts and crafts, and it led me into going on YouTube to search more things up, and on YouTube I typed in how to sew something, how to sew a shirt or something like that, and then how to do a weave sewing popped up, and that was nothing that I ever looked at before. I'm like, a weave sewing, huh? And I ended up clicking on it, and I was like, oh yeah, I like this. Started doing my own hair and everything. Wow. Yes, saved a lot of coins.
When you did your own sewing, was that your first time having a sew-in?
When I did my own, no. I had a sew-in maybe 2 times before, and I did not like it. Yeah, I had the middle part, but my forehead was the way it was sewn. And that was another reason why it enticed me to do my own hair, because I'm like, listen, clearly I don't like the way people are doing my hair, and instead of trying to look for another stylist, let me try to do it on my own now that I have this newfound skill. So yeah,
that's so cool. Like, just being able to glean on something you don't like, so I'm gonna make it better.
Exactly.
Like, oh my god,
because you know what you like.
Yeah. And so did you studied business at Stevenson?
Yes.
Okay. And then you were like, I know I want to do a salon after that, or was it in college when you learned, okay, I'm gonna do a salon with this business degree?
Honestly, in college, my goal was to have a big time traveling hair service. That was actually my business plan. But you know, with all businesses, sometimes it fails and sometimes, you know, you succeed. So my very first business plan was to do something different. And a traveling hairstylist is very different in Maryland. It's pretty popular in other states like California, and Texas and stuff like that. But my goal was to be a traveling hair team for weddings, for events. And you know, when I tried to do it, it was great, but then when I had other people join my team, I was so concerned about their safety, and I was like, you know what, no, this ain't it. But it helped, you know, especially during COVID, it helped a lot. My business grew.
Wow. Yeah, because I remember you were traveling and you were going to people's homes and stuff like that. Did you enjoy that, like going to people's homes?
I did, because eventually how I built my clientele was based off of referrals. So eventually it wasn't me going to like multiple different people every single day. It was me going to the same households, just doing different people every day in the same household.
She ended up doing all my sisters before.
Yes, I was like the family stylist at that point. It was a community of people, and even to this day, you know, I still carry on, you know, service those clients, and it's a really good feeling to have that you have that community.
How do you think you've built longevity, like with certain people that still go to you? What do you think is like the main reason why they keep coming back?
Honestly, again, professionalism, communication, what else? Of course, good quality work, like making sure it lasts long, because people aren't, even though you could be the nicest stylist in the world, but nobody going to keep going to you if your work is not doing what it needs to do for them, you know. And then also not overcharging people. I do not overcharge anybody.
That's a good point.
Exactly. But what I will say is, you know, also not, you know, lowballing yourself. I'm really good with time management. Once you master your time with your craft and you still charge a good rate, you're not lowballing yourself, honestly, because you're good with time, you know, get your clients in and out. Exactly. So, you know, it's all about strategics at the end of the day.
And you've done a great job. And she's so young, like doing this. I feel like, you know, you were so young before, even younger, starting out like with your own plays and your own brand. And the professional aspect is really good. What do you feel like have been some horror stories about communication? I feel like I've heard people say like they got ghosted by a stylist, or like someone said they should show up here and they just never came, and they just showed up and they were just looking at themselves in the mirror. I'm like, how does that happen?
Oh my goodness.
Like, how do you avoid that?
People will be people.
Like, what's a good system for communication?
Okay, so I'll give it a scenario. So, you know, a story that I hear on a repeated basis is like a stylist maybe telling their client that they're on the way, but not giving them an exact ETA. So your client is sitting there, and on the way, to me, on the way is like, okay, like 10-15 minutes, or even if you live 30 minutes out, that's still pretty late, but whatever. But on the way should not be 3 hours late.
Right.
On the way should not be 2 hours late or even an hour late.
Yeah.
On the way should be 10-15 minutes tops. And then if you're like, okay, I'm so sorry, I'm running behind, I'm gonna be an hour, 2 hours late, do you want to grab some coffee, grab some breakfast or lunch, dinner, whatever time the appointment is? That's good communication. You don't have your clients sitting and waiting for you just because they're relying on you for their hair to look good.
Right. They're gonna need me, so
exactly. No, that's how stylists are, and I just don't understand. But everybody do their own thing.
Different.
Yeah.
What do you feel like is your favorite part about styling people?
My favorite part is seeing the reaction. That's my favorite part of everything, is just seeing a reaction, making sure that my clients are happy and satisfied at the end of the day is the biggest goal.
That's so cool. And Ashley has actually come in and spoken to students I've had and just like gave her business kind of tips and things like that. What would you say to like a younger girl who just does hair like for fun for her friends? Like, oh yeah, she braids every once in a while, or she knows and she's actually good. What would you say it's like a good starter kit for her? Like, where should she start or he start?
I would say if you are very in tune with hair at a young age, definitely start searching for some programs in the area that you could, like a random class. They have classes on Eventbrite, like braiding classes or sewing classes. I've seen them myself too. But definitely just trying to insert yourself into a program to see if that's something you really like.
Yeah.
If you go through that class and you really fall in love with it, then you could start your career at a really young age.
Yeah.
And also, it's nothing wrong with practicing on friends and stuff like that, but the best way to be the best stylist is to have great education. You don't want to just do everything on your own and make a lot of mistakes on your own. You want to learn the proper way. So getting your education in that field and having an actual instructor teach you the good way to do it is very important, instead of doing it on your own and figuring it out.
Do you think, this might be a controversial topic, because a lot of people, if they're good at something like a stylist or a singer or artist, something like that, they're like, I don't need to go to school. Do you think people should go to school, or
duh?
Do you think they should go to, like, what do you think should be the track? Because I know, like, you went to a business, like, you went to a 4-year. Some people think they should just go, like, cosmetology school and then that's it. Or, like, what do you think? Because I know you are big on licensure. So, like, how do you think people should go about the education? If they're just going past the classes or the courses that they found at Eventbrite, like, where should they head after high school?
If you truly know what you want to do, you don't necessarily need college as far as like in the beauty industry. You don't need college. It is essential, but if you know what you want to do, then go ahead, go straight to beauty school, or even go to a community college first and then go to beauty school. Community college is only 2 years, it gives you time to learn the business side of things, and then you can go to cosmetology school, knock that out in 1.5 years, and then boom, you're set. I decided to go to a 4-year college because I didn't know that I was going to be a hairstylist. I thought I was going to be a hotel owner.
Figure it out.
Yes, hotel owner. But also, no, like, I didn't even know about that either, the hotel owner. Just going to college was just, like, giving me a good second option just in case the entrepreneurship route didn't work, having that degree.
Having a B plan, plan B. But it is important that you pursue that dream. Do you feel like anything was trying to stop you at all, like, throughout your journey of trying to become a stylist or owner? Was it like, what was the biggest like hardship or the biggest thing that was like, maybe I shouldn't do this?
The biggest hardship, the biggest challenge was having those negative naysayers in your ear and letting it consume you. A lot of people be like, oh no, that's not gonna work, or no, that sounds like a weird idea, or no, like you should do it this way. But honestly, entrepreneurship is just about embracing your uniqueness.
Yeah.
All the way across the board. You have to embrace your uniqueness. Every entrepreneur and every business is going to be different, and you have to find your different. Yeah. And that's it. Like, it took a lot for me to have to block those people out, you know, in order for me to really just find myself on my own path, because people will tear you down.
And I know sometimes like kids will hear, like if they tell their parents or their mentors they want to be a hairstylist, they're like, that's not a real job. How do you be taken seriously as a real hairstylist, like by people that are old school? Like how do you be taken seriously by them?
The licensure, like being licensed is a game changer. I'm telling you, because before I went to college, before I got licensed and all of that, I got my degrees and stuff, my family did not take me seriously. And I'm not talking about my immediate family. I'm talking about aunts. You know, they'd be like, oh yeah, you having fun doing your little little mannequins. You know, that's cute. You doing your little friends. You know,
like you're about like
no, for real. But even when I had built up a lot of clientele with traveling, I still had aunts being like, oh, you know, that's cute, you know, like, you know, with your clients. But then once I went to hair school and once I got that degree, once I got everything, they're like, oh yeah, I'm booking. Once I was in the salon, oh yeah, I'm booking. Yeah. So it just really did, like, all of that hard work and, you know, all of the hard work and just putting myself through schooling and getting the proper education that I needed helped me in a long run to gain the respect that I have now. And people still going to talk. Even now, people still going to say stuff, but at least I had way more respect in my ear than anything else than a bunch of naysayers when I first started.
Yeah. And you seem to still, like, actually, you still have a personality and you're still fun and I feel like you're still cool. How do you think you can keep yourself not so serious? Like, how do you keep yourself like professional but still like, I still like to have fun, I still like to be light and fun? Like, how do you do that? How do you balance it?
It's really it was really challenging in the beginning. Like, I was always business because I am like a workaholic, but then like I had to realize like you gotta still be yourself. You still gotta like have a good time and live life. You don't want to overwork yourself. You still want to like go out for brunch with your girls or go to the movies, go out to eat, have a drink or two, or don't drink, whatever. But yeah, it's like I don't know. You have to have a balance.
Yeah, it's a balance for sure.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, and a management process. Every time I go to Ashley and she's doing something new, like you got a new level on the floor, you got tell them that your new project that you're starting currently. Are you done with it? It's done.
Open.
Yeah, it's open. Yeah. Tell them about that.
Oh, you haven't seen it. Show me has. Okay.
Yeah, I'm making my hair down soon. You see, it's a hat. I had to wear a hat because I was a stylist.
SD Salon, we opened 2 years ago. We were on the second level of a business building and I loved it. I still love it. I still own it. I'm very grateful for it. Like, God is so good. I can't even imagine that. Like, I still can't believe that I still have it and that we've grown to this extent. And we haven't even hit 2 years. 2 years actually hits July the 26th of this year.
We have a big party.
Yes, pool party come through.
Hey.
But so let me just backtrack. So second floor, it's amazing. All windows for the most part.
Oh, nice.
You know, when we first opened up, we were halfway occupied and filled, and then a year in, we became fully filled, waitlist.
Wow.
Yeah. So then what happened was, I was okay, well, I'll just keep this wait list. So whoever needs to leave, if they ever leave, you know, because stylists, they move out of town. You know, stylists might end their hairstyling career, focus on a different career. You know, the options are endless. Like, you know, you can't rely on people in your suites to stay there forever.
That's
so
true.
I always had to have a plan B, you know, backup plan, wait list. So when I had the wait list, I was okay, I'll just contact people. And I had like I had a huge turnover at first. I'm not gonna lie to you. I had a huge turnover because I kept letting people come in that just started their business. They weren't ready to have a suite. When you have a suite, you have to be suite.
A whole salon. Basically.
Yes, a suite is basically a salon. It's less overhead cost than a full salon. You don't have to pay out of pocket for, you know, gas, electric. Everything is included in your rent. It's much cheaper than owning a salon, but it's still like owning a salon. You got to pay for your supplies, your business insurance, all in your own suite. That's yours. So, you know, people had to leave because of that. And I had to think of a better game plan. So I said, whoever's on this wait list, I need to do a detailed interview. Detailed, okay? So how long have you been in business for? Do you have consistent clientele? Like, all of that matters, okay? And once I got those people to come in, now we got another full wait list, right? Yeah, so now the wait list is there. And when I went downstairs, I was like, it would be lovely if I had a storefront. Because the second floor, we're hidden. Yeah. We were hidden. Nobody knew where we were at. Even clients coming, they were like, where are you? Yeah. I can't find you. We had no signage at all. And it was driving me crazy. And I just wanted my tenants in the salon to grow their brand. I don't want them to be hidden. I want everybody to have consistent clientele. I want them to be booked and busy. Yeah. That was the goal. So I was like, you know what? I wish I had a storefront. I went downstairs right beneath SD #1 upstairs. Right beneath, we had a vacant storefront.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Vacant. It was waiting for her.
Vacant.
To open it up.
It was vacant, so I ended up asking the landlord, because I don't own it. I rent there. I asked the landlord if I could get a proposal. They sent me their proposal with the quote, and the monthly rent. The thing with storefronts cost a little bit more than where I was at, the business side, the upstairs, because you have foot traffic. So naturally it costs more for the rent. But the space was way smaller than upstairs. So it costs a little bit more, but the space was smaller, so I'm not paying as much as upstairs anyway. So I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead. Let me try to get the best deal. 6 months of negotiating. 6 months. Wow. I negotiated the crap out of that proposal. Okay, I'm not playing with them because I'm already a tenant up here. I pay rent on time. Don't play with me. Please give me. Yes, please give me the best rate possible. So I ended up negotiating with them. 6 months later, I signed the lease, and 6 months after that, construction's done, and now we're open and we're fully filled again.
Oh my God! Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And I actually, like, last time I was there, I was like, do you have like Google tasks? How do you organize your day? Like, she's like, oh yeah, I gotta do this. Okay, I gotta do this. I gotta make sure I answer this. Oh, this person's coming in. Oh, hi, yes, go downstairs, check on that. How do you manage this business the way you do with such like grace? Because I'm like, it looks effortless. How do you do it?
Honestly, I don't know. It's just one thing. It's like having a baby. It's like, okay, did my baby get food? Do they need to, do I need to change the diaper? Do I need to play with them, have some playtime? Do I need to do this? Like, it's literally like having a baby. You're always thinking about what to do next or what's going on. Is everything okay? So now I have 3 assistants, and they are amazing. They come in different days and they help. So now, like, I literally just go to the salon and I just do hair. I don't even take out the trash. I don't clean no tools no more. I don't even wash the towels. Wow. All my assistants do that, and it just helps so much. It's so good having a team. So now all of that stuff, like you said, that were on my brain, is taken care of now because I have other people helping me do that. They know what to do when they come in.
Listen, that shit's on bar. I'm getting inspired now. I'm like, I need this.
Oh my goodness, it helps. It helps.
I think this is like so amazing. I get to watch the journey, and I think that's the best part. Like, just seeing you in middle school, high school, and like just how you overcome the different challenges and like really walked in this wholeheartedly. Like, you are a owner of a business. You're a salon. Like, oh my gosh, like, it's so cool. And like, as you have gone through this, what has been the sweetest part about it? Like, what makes you just sit back and be like, yes, like, this is good?
Seeing the community in the salon, like, because currently downstairs we're open, but we're still not fully open. Like, we still have our tenants, having all their clients transition to the new salon because they came from other salons and stuff. So we're just still kind of getting downstairs together. But upstairs, when I walk upstairs, oh my goodness, and I see so many different stylists and other stylist suites and talking and vibing and having a good time, and then like clients, they're happy. Like, when I see that community that I never knew I was going to create from just 2014 in high school, junior year of high school, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
She has built such a community. I had missed the last event because I got engaged that day. But I've seen, like, you do so many events and stuff. I mean, you do outreach. Like, y'all, she's in the community. She's feeding the homes. Like, she's doing all the things. And I think that is the best part. Like, the community aspect. She does events. What inspired you to do that? Like, the events and stuff. Because I've never seen salons do that. Like, have, like, you know, she could have parties. What was the most recent event you did? An expo?
Yeah, most recent was a beauty expo, beauty and vendor expo.
Did you just have vendors at your salon?
Yeah, we rented out the event hall next door to us.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because we didn't have enough space in the salon. The hallways are pretty tight. But yeah, we had it at the event hall. We had a lot of vendors. We had like a small little show. We had like a braiding competition.
Wow.
We had guest speakers. We had a lot going on.
Who planned this?
Me. Oh my goodness.
That's what I'm saying. I can't keep up with that.
Oh my goodness.
How do you do? Yo, you're blowing my mind. Don't think about my day. I'm like, geez, like I be thinking I had a long day. That's crazy.
Oh my goodness.
So you just reach out to community people and like get it to how like do you use any organizational thing on your phone? Like,
I wish. It just it comes out the dome.
She said, "Oh, write these down." Okay, we'll write this down.
Oh my goodness, it just comes out the dome. Okay, so let me backtrack. The Beauty Expo event actually was not my original idea. One of my tenants came to me and it was like, it came to me like last year around like Thanksgiving. And she was like, "Actually, we should have this event, Beauty Expo. You know, we don't have that in Howard County." And I'm like, "You're right, we don't." But I said, "That's going to take a lot of planning. You sure you're going to be in this with me? Because I can't do it by myself." She was like, "Yeah, girl, I got you. And closer to it, she's now engaged, you know, and she's getting married next month. So because of all the planning she's doing, she cannot help me.
Oh no.
She couldn't help me no more."
Oh my God.
I was struggling. I was stressed. It was the busiest time for me. You know, March, you know, St. Patrick's, you know, my parents' birthdays, a lot of birthdays going on. So it was just really, really challenging for me. But I'm like, Ashley, utilize the community of people you know. My client, a decorator. You know, her people's a caterer. You know,
okay, nice.
A few of my other clients, vendors. You know, I met people at other networking events. They're vendors. I contacted them. Like, I had my community on hand and all I had to do was just reach out and they could have just said yes or no and that's it.
Right.
So it wasn't like I had to do a lot of research or anything because they were there. So it made it a little bit easier for me, but it definitely was a lot, and I'm excited for next year because we want to make this an annual event, honey.
Wow.
Annual. We're going to do it bigger and better every year. That's the goal, to get more people to come out. And it was a free event. Free.
Yeah, I'm saying. I remember clicking on the links. I only had it in my calendar and everything.
Aww.
Yeah, I think it's amazing just seeing what you're doing. You're such an inspiration, really, to the community at large. But I know, like, your family's so proud of you and everybody in your life, but you've just worked to get to where you are. And I think now we just see the fast track of everything. Like, oh yeah, just do it this way. Oh yeah, just post this, you go viral. Like, ooh. But it's like longevity, you know, building relationships, having a community that you can reach out to. And it's been so amazing to see. What would you say is social media important? Do you think it's impactful? Has it helped your business, or do you feel like it's just been a supplement? Like it's worked for you, but not like the main ingredient?
When it comes to social media, from a business aspect, I'll start with that. Social media is very essential. Very. It helps you to gain clientele. It helps you to create brand awareness. It helps you to do so many things to help promote your business and get traffic coming in. So yeah, social media 100%. Definitely. Even for the event, I paid for Instagram advertisements and Eventbrite advertisements. So a lot of the people from the Beauty Expo came from Eventbrite and they just seen the ad. Yeah, so like it definitely helps a lot, 100%. From a personal standpoint, no. Because I feel like social media, you know, we tend to hide behind our phones a lot, even when we're in person. Like, and if I'm in the elevator and I'm, you know, standing next to somebody in the elevator, I'll just go on my phone. You know, I'll go on social media. Like, that's how we hide behind our phones. Even if, like, the dating world, you know, we hide behind our phones and we're contacting people on dating apps or social media, which is okay, but it's like, if only...
The in-person part.
Yeah, the in-person part. And then as soon as you contact somebody on the dating app, you meet up with them in person, it could be a little awkward because you didn't initially meet in person, you know? So it's just a lot. It's just a lot with social media when it comes to the personal side of things. It's great when you can reach out to family and friends and connect, but it's hard to really build relationships personally on Instagram. You really got to be able to go in person with that. But business, 100%.
Yeah,
it helps.
Yeah, and I will say, like, even when I've gone on different stylist pages, even SD, I'll go on there and I'll be like, okay, have they done this style? Okay, yeah, like, I've seen it's been done well, and let me just go get that same exact thing. So it's been really cool to watch that. But I do think personally, it's like a comparison game sometimes. People will watch other people do stuff and not know how they got to where they are. And even this is good too, because hearing your story, it wasn't like a overnight thing. It's like you gotta actually go to school, actually get licensed, like actually do this kind of thing. You know, a lot of people will be like, if I just post enough videos, if I just get enough likes, then everybody will come to my business, or everybody will like what I'm doing and pay me for what I'm doing. And it's like, yeah, but if they don't have any credentials, like, why would I, you know, do that? So I think that's really cool. So as we round out here, what do you think really has been the biggest lesson over time that you think every salon owner or stylist should note? Like, this is the biggest lesson. That is a lot, I know.
This for everybody, though, honestly. Don't let money consume you. Do not let money consume you. Don't let it consume you. And it can start from the early stages. Again, like how we talked about overcharging your clients. That's letting money consume you. Why do you have the need to be the highest price when you don't have the skill set to match that?
Right.
That's letting money consume you.
Wow.
In the midst of being, you know, you get popular, you become a 6-figure stylist, you know, and now you buying all these Chanel bags and you're doing this, you overspending, you're letting money consume you. And you look good on Instagram, but in real life, you're struggling. Your business is struggling, right? You can't pay your rent on time. You can't do this, you can't do that. You can't advertise like that. You can't pay for marketing tools anymore because you decided to let the money consume you. You really got to be strategic. You really got to be humble the whole time, you know, and you really just got to treat people right at the end of the day.
Wow.
So that's the key takeaway right there.
You have wisdom. She's wise. Y'all, I didn't think you were to say that. I didn't know what I thought. Wow, that's so good. People need to hear that. You need to do some seminars or something. You need to do more of this
next
stuff.
goal.
Oh yeah, that was my next question. But before we get to that, I just have to dwell on that for a little bit. Don't let money consume you. People do that. That's the main thing that people do in life every single day. Like, if they're not making this much money, oh, I'm not doing it for them. Oh no, they can't pay me. Oh no. It's like, where's the service aspect? Like, where's your heart for people? Wow. And y'all see where she's at. Look her up. I'm gonna have all her tags under here. Go on her website. Like, the heart of a person really is what makes you successful. Because that's what I think creates longevity. Like, when you actually have the heart for it, you have the heart for the people you're doing it for. Because it's an act of service, doing hair and, you know, treating people with the luxury aspect. I think that's crazy. So what is your next move? What should people be looking out for? Or what do you want people to know about? Any events or anything?
Yes, my next move is for the salon itself is to definitely have way more community events. The next event I'm working on is something we did last year, which was Hair for Autism. I want to do it again. It was amazing. I want to feed the homeless again. I just want to have a lot of different things this year to continue on from what we did last year. So that's the first thing. When it comes to personally with business, at least, I want to host seminars. I do. I just need to
need to.
I do need to get behind the chair. I'm a workaholic. I can't stop. I'm addicted to it. Not because of the money, because it just makes me feel good. I love, like I said, my clients' reactions. I also just love being in my salon and the environment that has been created. So it's like, it's hard for me to step away from the chair and to focus on something else. But I know that's what I need to do. I got to have the willpower because I know that I need to be a guest speaker somewhere.
Come on, guest speaker. More often, because she already is. I mean, you're an inspirational voice, and you're also, a motivational speaker. I mean, you can do it all. You can motivate people based on just giving them those wise words. You can do seminars on teaching people things, like actual practical. You can teach people how to do hair. You can do hands-on teaching. I mean, you got a whole, that's a university right there. SD University. Come on. That sounds like a thing.
Oh my goodness.
Simply different universities. Simply different seminars. SS, SDS, simply different seminars. I'm just saying. Let me help with that. Creatively, that's great.
Yes, you're hired.
Listen, I am so excited for what's to come. Make sure you guys are following Ashley on all of her platforms. You have SD Salon Studios on Instagram, as well as your personal, which is what?
Simply Different Styles. That's my hair page.
Yes. And then the website is sdsalonstudios.com.
Yes.
Yes. And so we're going to put all those links there. You can book with her, and then she has a billion other stylists in there, like doing all the different kinds of services. It's amazing to watch. I like to end off the episode asking the question, what is one thing you feel like you're remixing in your life, or something that you've remixed in your life that's made it better?
I feel like over the course of the past few years, I've been remixing my social life. Like I told you, I once was an introvert. I was very to myself in my shell. And now I'm way more just like enthusiastic about just being outside with friends and going to different events. I'm no longer just like, oh no, I just gotta be in the salon all day every day. Like, no, like I'm so in tune with going out now.
And she's a fun time.
Yeah, thank you. And just having a good time, girl. Yes. And also remixing, just being by myself sometimes too. Like, you don't always have to be out with a group of people to have a good time. Like, I'm going to not a networking event. I'm going to a fashion show this weekend by myself because I want to. A hip hop fashion show is something different, and I'm just like, why not? You don't always got to be around people. Because again, I naturally was an introvert, and I still am an introvert, and I'm going to embrace that side of me too, where I can still be in my own show and do my own thing, and I don't have to be around a bunch of people. Yeah. So yeah.
Love that. Oh my gosh. Y'all, this has been Ashley Wilson on the Rhoyal Remix. Make sure y'all are at SD Salon Studios in person, but make sure you follow them. Make sure you go there, book them, and get with them. So excited that you were here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh my God.